Alright, it's day number 73 of my talking in front of the camera, trying to enhance my ability to speak English and just improve my colloquial English. And the last time I was wrong, I said it was day number 73, but in reality it was day number 72. Also, I uploaded only today in the morning because in the evening I didn't notice that it didn't upload and I just fall asleep. And in the morning, I pick up my phone and I see that it didn't upload and I had to do it. So, I don't think that it's a problem because anyway I continue. No matter even when I upload those videos, because the most important is that I continue practice my ability to speak English every day. So let's continue with IELTS questions, and today I'm going to talk about interacting with others, and I think it's pretty interesting topic to talk about. So let's get started. So let's talk about talking to people and communication. Do you like talking to strangers? To be honest, it really depends on the place where am I, because generally when I'm walking on the street it makes no sense because I live in French society and I have to talk in French to them and it makes no sense. But if we are talking about a case when I can't understand people, anyway, I don't like just to talk randomly to strangers. If it's some meeting, some event, and I'm interested in communicate with some people, yes, of course I can talk to someone. But generally, when I see someone at the street, I'm not gonna talk to random person. It makes no sense to me. If I won't get any benefits, I don't see any reasons to even start this conversation. So, what was the last conversation you had? Mm, I just don't know about what kind of conversation we are talking about because, for example, yesterday I got acquainted with some people and I had a lot of conversations, but it was in the university when I want to apply my documents to study, and I had to do that. Anyway, I even mustn't to talk with that quantity of people with who I was talking, but it was interesting to talk with different people. So if we're talking about strangers, I can't say when it was last time, to be honest, when I just randomly started to speak with someone at the street. I don't know, because I don't think that I generally do this. Usually it's when I'm skating, I see some skaters, I can talk to them. When I do my workout at the gym, I can ask someone about something at the gym. But generally, when I'm walking, I don't remember such experience, so I can't tell about this. So, do you discuss politics with your friends? Yes, yes, definitely. I discuss politics with my friends, especially including that nowadays it's war in my country, and we pretty often talk about it. Sometimes with one of my friends, we can't find the same opinion, but it's all right. It makes no sense to talk about it now because the question is, do I talk about it with my friends? Yes, I do, from time to time. Yep. All right. Are families in your country very talkative? 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 I don't know how to pronounce this word. Let me check. I know what does mean, but I don't know how to pronounce it.
Talkative.
Talkative. All right, talkative. And what is means families? Yeah. Why they can't just are families in your country very talkative? Bro, what does it mean? Why they don't ask like people, young, old? What does it mean families? Right, I'm gonna skip this question because I don't really understand it. Generally, alright, if you are talking about random people, let's count it as random people. Uh, I can say that it's something ubiquitous when random people start talk to each other just at the street. Usually, uh, there must be some reason for that, so it's not really something common. And no, I can say that uh, different families are really talk talkative talkative. Damn, I can't remember.
Talkative.
Talkative, all right. I can say that they're really talkative. So let's move on, and it's part 2. Describe a conversation you had with someone you didn't know before. You should say when and where the conversation took place, who the person was, what you talked about, and explain how you felt about the conversation. All right, from time to time, I'm talking with random people, but usually there are reasons for that, some reasons for it. And all right, I'm going to talk. For example, yesterday when I was in the university, I get acquaintance with one guy. He's from Syria, and we just randomly started talk about. First of all, we visited some performance when the guy explained what are they gonna study us in that university, the structure of education, and when I left the room, I asked some questions of that professor. When I left the room, one guy asked me like, "Are you from Russia?" I said, "No, I'm from Ukraine," because our accent is pretty similar. So, and he said it was kind of noticeable because of my accent, and we started to talk about like who's from where, like what where are we going to study, and something like this. So then we started to talk about just different things, and I needed to pass an exam there, English, and he didn't need it because he had already done it. He passed an IELTS exam, so he hadn't necessity to pass an exam there in the university. But just for fun, he went with me to pass that exam. It was pretty funny, and I almost didn't nervous even. So it was like a random guy with who I got acquainted, and we had a conversation, I guess, about an hour, even more, in English, of course, and it was pretty well, to be honest. I like to practice my English in this way when I'm able to talk with people in real life. So yeah, it's like one of the most bright situations that I had over the past time. So let's move on, and part 3. So let's talk more about communication in modern society. Why do some people find it difficult to talk to new people? I don't know. In my imagination, when we're talking about talking to random people and us to new people, it means like randomly start to talk to someone. It just makes no sense. But if you are talking, for example, when you're studying the school and you need to change your school and you have new classmates and you're afraid to talk to them, for example, right? Usually just people are shy, is first of all. Also they afraid that this conversation won't be successful and they will feel a bit bad because of this. So the it's not the fear of like, I don't know, losing something. How can I tell about it? They have some fear that this communication won't be successful, and that's why they're afraid even to start doing it. But generally, I don't know. I definitely remember that when I was a child, I really afraid to talk to new people. But nowadays, I don't have such problem at all. I like to communicate with another people, especially when I can use my foreign language to communicate. For example, English. I try to speak French, but I don't have enough wide of vocabulary to communicate a lot. So usually it's English if you are talking about foreign language. And I don't know. I like to do this when I have an opportunity, when I have a desire, when, for example, I need it. I like to talk yeah, about something with random people. So I don't even know. I don't even know. People afraid of something just when they can start talk with someone. I don't, or no, I wanted to say that they are not interested in that, but usually it's fear. It's not about interesting. All right, how has communication changed with the use of technology? All right, as always, in this kind of questions, I'm going to talk about the small issues that due to technology, it became so ubiquitous to communicate in online, to communicate online due to our phones or I don't know, PC, no matter. And it's not bad, it's really good, it's a great opportunity to be honest, but we also have to remember about communication in real life, and we shouldn't refuse it. So there are some people who don't realize it, and they they're forgetting about real conversation, real people. They just continue using only their technologies, their gadgets to communicate, and that's the only issue. So communication became much more easy available for anyone to communicate with different people from different countries. Even me, I communicate with people from really different kind of countries, and previously I also was talking with a bunch of people from different kind of countries, and it's a great opportunity, but also we have to go outside to spend some time with our friends in real life, to just not to stay only at home, you know. So it became easier, but at the same time we got several problems with that. Alright, do you think people today talk more or less than in the past? Um, alright, in my opinion, if we are talking about general communication, of course it's more nowadays, because almost constantly we are holding our phone, texting with someone, with several people at the same time. And previously it was impossible just and you know, from this vision, in the terms of general communication, yeah, we got it more. But if you're talking about real conversation with real people in real life, it became less, you know, like as I mentioned in the last question, because of technologies, some of people don't go outside to communicate with someone, or do it pretty rarely, and so I don't know. In this, in the term, in terms of real communication, it became less. In terms of general communication, it became more. Alright, how important is to be a good communicator in your job? Um, Generally speaking, I think that it's very important to be able to communicate with other people. And I'm not talking about language, I'm talking about basic psychology. When you understand how to communicate with people, that everyone maintained happy, and everyone maintained glad of that conversation, you know, because usually people don't understand anything, and because of this we have a lot of misunderstanding between each other, and it's a huge issue. So if you're talking about jobs, it also related uh, to this area, and it's even more important because in such places like when you are working and when you have misunderstanding, it can lead to fail some project. You can complete some project, you can't understand each other, and as a result you think that the person is bad opinion about you or good opinion about you. Because I read a book like about half year about it, that people from different cultures, they communicate in different ways. Someone says something directly. From another cultures, people don't say directly. They kind of try not to make, a hide message, we can say like this. And during the job we should understand each other completely and avoid such issues with communication, because it's very important for productivity, for successful of everyone. So yeah, it's definitely essential. All right, are people in your country generally good at small talk? Bro, what does mean good in small talk? Like when you just need to talk a bit with someone? Ah, all right, I got it. Generally, when someone need, damn, I have just realized I remember about some situations, and I can say that it really depends on the person, and it really depends on the region of the country. Because I'm going to talk about Ukraine, and kinda yes, is there no problem when people need to have a small talk, but sometimes when someone not in the mood, when someone don't understand that his altitude is negative, there's some misunderstanding, and it promotes like of negative emotions, of some things that wasn't cleared up, and all right. So I don't know what am I talking about now. uh, I even lost my opinion, not my opinion, my thoughts. So generally, yes, they're pretty good at small talking, but sometimes there's some misunderstanding, and it's not really good. But I guess it exists everywhere. It exists everywhere, so it's not a big deal. All right, that's all for today. I don't know, to be honest, I expected much more interesting question, because interaction with other people is something that I like, and I would talk about it more, but about another questions, because those kind of questions I don't really like. So, but it's all for today, and see you next time.